Today I am explaining about multi-thread application. First, we should know what is a thread and why we are going for a thread. Okay. So here, when we want to discuss about the thread, we should know what is the multitasking. Okay. So multitasking is there is several tasks are executing simultaneously. That is the multitasking. That is multiple tasks are executing simultaneously. That is the multitasking. Okay, so the multitasking will be happened in two ways. One is process based and the next one is thread based. Here what is the process based? The several tasks which are happening, executing simultaneously, and each task is independent to each other. That is that here process based multitasking. Example, OS level programming. Okay, yes. And here thread based multitasking is the threads, that is several threads that are executing simultaneously, but one task is, that is several tasks are executing simultaneously and one task is dependent to the other task. Okay, for example, if we are having for example if we are having yes, one big program. Okay, so to execute this program, it is taking 4 hours of time. 4 hours of time is taking to execute the program. But if we are using the thread, we can divide the program into several tasks. For example, if we are dividing into 3 different tasks and we want to execute the first task and simultaneously the second task is happening and simultaneously we can execute the third task also. So 3 parts will be segregated in a single program and each segment will be started and all the 3 segments are executing simultaneously. Okay, so the 3 segments simultaneously executing and the each segment is dependent of each other. If we want to produce the final output, we need to combine all the 3 programs. Okay, so 4 hours of time is taking for that. For example, for this 1.5 hours and for this 1.5 hours. So for the next 1 hour. So if it is taking, if you are executing as a single program in 4 hours, if you are executing simultaneously, so it will take 1.5 hour. This also will take what is that? The same time, and this will take 1 hour. So that means within that 1.5 hours, we can complete the full program execution. Okay, so this is the advantage of that thread based multitasking. So what is the thread based multitasking? Several programs are executing simultaneously and each task is dependent of each other. So that is the thread based multitasking. Okay, so here in this program, here right the problem statement is the given program question is here write a Java program that implement a multi-thread application that has 3 threads. Okay, yes, so yes, so this is the question. Write a Java program that implements a multi-thread application that has 3 threads. So that is, we need to write a program, Java program, and that has to be implemented with 3 thread application. That is, 3 threads have to be created and the task for each and every thread have been given in the question itself. So what is the task? First thread has to generate the random number and that random number has to be generated in every 1 second. Okay, and the generated random number is a even number. Then second thread has to calculate the square of the number and print the value. Okay, and if the generated number is not a even number, if it is an odd number, then third thread will be printing the cube of the number. Okay, so here what is the thing? 3 threads have to be created and the first thread will be generating the random number, and that random number has to be generated in every 1 second. Okay, and second thread will be checking whether the generated number is a even or odd. If it is a even number, then it will print the square of the number, and if it is an odd number, then the third thread will print the cube of the number. Okay, now we get into the program. Here the package, so pack is the package have been created. Under this package only the code has been written, and import java.util.random. So here java.util is a package, so util is a predefined package. In the predefined package, random is a class we are going to use it. Why we are using the random class, why we are importing the random class? Because in the question we have to generate the random number. That the task will be done by the first thread, so that we are importing the random class which is present in which package? Util package. And next thing is very important thing, when we are creating the thread, in two ways we can create the thread. Okay, the one is by implementing the runnable interface, and the second one is by extending the thread class. Okay, so here we are taking the second approach. By extending the thread class, we are creating the class. Okay, so we are creating the class. So the generate is a class, that is a subclass, and which one is a super class? Thread is a super class. Okay, and here what is this? Run is a method. When we are creating the thread, okay, when we are creating the thread, then the thread will be doing some process. Okay, that process should be given inside the method called the run method. When we are using the concept of thread, there are two basic methods which we need to understand. The two methods are run method and the start method. What is the run method? Whatever the task is going to do some process, that will be given inside the method called the run method. And next, start method will be used to start the run method. When the start method is given, then immediately it will come and call the run method automatically. Okay, so in the run method we are giving, actually how many threads we are having? We are having 3 threads. So 3 threads are doing some process. Okay, so we need to create the 3 threads, that is each thread is doing some task. That task has to be defined inside the method called the run method. So here what is the first thread task? First thread task is to generate the random number, correct? To generate the random number every 1 second. So this is what the first task job. Okay, sorry, first thread job. And here inside the run method we are checking the while condition, and it is been given with the true. Okay, so the condition is here 1, so that is it is true, and we are generating new random of dot next int. So here next int means this method is taking the next integer. Okay, and that integer will be pointed by which method? Random method. Already random class have been imported, and random is a method which is coming under the random class. So the random method will, next int also a method under the random class. We are specified with the value 100. So whatever random number we are generating, that has to be fall within that 100. Okay, so that is inclusive of 0 and exclusive of the 100. And the random number is generated. After that, what we need to check? According to our question, we need to check the generated random number is a even number or a odd number. Okay, so here the generated number is stored in the variable called num variable. So num variable modulus 2. So the number modulus 2 is equal to 0. Then that is a even number. For example, modulus value, what it will give? It will give the remainder value. So for example, if we are giving 42. So 42 modulus, okay, 42 modulus means what is that? Yes, modulus 2 we are giving. So modulus 2 means here 2 and 1. So 42 is divided by 2. So no remainder. Remainder is 0. So it is a even number. So if you are getting the remainder, if it is a odd number, then we will get the remainder. So by using the concept of modulus operator, we can check the randomly generated number is a even number or a odd number. If it is a even number, then what we are doing, we are starting, that is using the start method, we are starting which method? Square method. Okay, so we will see where is the square method. Okay, so here square method is given under the square class. So that is square is not a method, square is a constructor. Okay, square is a constructor, and the start method and run method are the methods which is, that is a predefined inbuilt methods coming under the thread class. So here we are having, what is that, three threads. One thread is generating the random number and checking whether the generated number is odd or even. If it is even, the square of the number has to be printed. If it is odd, then cube of the number has to be printed. So for doing the square and cube, we need another run methods, because three threads means three start method, three run method has to be there, because each run method will be having the task of the each thread. Okay, so here for the squared number, we are having one more class called the square class, that is extend what? Thread. If you are extending thread class, then only we can able to use the run method under any class, because thread class is having the predefined method called the run method. Okay, and start method. Okay, so here the square of int num. So what is the num? Num is the randomly generated value and which has been checked. Okay, so which will be checked whether it is a odd number or a even number. Then we are having the square constructor. Okay, why we are calling it as a constructor? The class name and the method is the same name, then it is a constructor. So here what is this? If it is even number, then we are calling, okay, we are creating one reference variable, but here we are not having any reference variable. So what is the meaning, what is the concept behind this line? That is nameless object. Okay, so whenever we are giving the new keyword, this will allocate, okay, memory for any object. We can create the object by using the keyword called the new keyword, but here we are not giving any reference variable for defining any object. So that means this concept is called nameless object. So num, square of num. So what is the num value? The randomly generated value. So it is calling which one? It is starting which one? Which one? Square of num. So where is square of num? Square of num is here. Okay, so inside the square of num, what we have to start? We have to start the run method. So in run method, what value we are giving? In run method, we have given, okay, so yes, so here in this run method we are defining that n into n. Okay, so what is that n value? The num is a randomly generated value that will be assigned to the variable called n variable, and n is a integer variable. Then the n will be getting squared and that will be displayed as a print statement. Okay, and next one, if it is not an even number, if it is a what? Odd number, then it is starting which method? Cube method. So the cube is a constructor coming under the class cube class. So cube extends, it inherits, okay, it is inheriting which class? Thread class. So we can use which method? Run method. And what the run method is having? What is the task going to performed by the thread? That explanation, that implementation, that coding will be given under the run method. So in the cube, what we are doing, if the number is the randomly generated number is a odd number, then we'll be calculating the cube of the number. So n into n will be calculated, and that is printing. Okay, so how many threads? Usually three threads. All the execution of the implementation part should be given in which method? Run method. So here how many run methods should we create? For three threads, three run method. So one run method is here, that is giving what? Giving what? giving random number. Okay, random integer it is giving, and that too it has to produce, it has to generate in every 1 second. So we are giving that. After giving the random number, we are checking whether it is a, what is that, even number or odd number. After that we are giving inside the try block sleep of 1000. So sleep of 1000 is, we want to suspend the execution for 1 second and then resume it after 1 second. That is the concept behind the method called the sleep method. Sleep method is a inbuilt method under the class called the thread class. So here in this try we are giving sleep of 1000. So it will suspend the task to a task of execution for 1 millisecond, sorry, 1 second, sorry. So here it will suspend it for 1 second, 1000 milliseconds. So that is a 1 second. Okay, 1000 milliseconds. So the argument passing inside the sleep method will be considered for the millisecond. If you are giving some integer comma another integer, then millisecond comma nanosecond will be taken. So here only one argument has been passed. The first argument will be always considered as a millisecond. So 1000 millisecond is equal to 1 second. In this process, in this try, if in suspending and resuming the process any interruption happen, then that will be catched by the caught block. Okay, so that is a print stack trace. It will be tracing each and every time. So if any interrupt happens, that will be caught by the interrupt exception, and that has to be passed by the method called the print stack trace method. Okay, yes, now we will execute and we'll check the output. So yeah, before that just we will see here. Yes, so here, yes, inside the main function the Java program has to be starting from the main function. That means JVM will always start the Java application by checking from the main function. So inside the main function, what we are giving, we are creating an object for which class? Generate class. So generate T1 is equal to new generate. So here one more method we are using called start method. What is the start method? Start method is used to start the which method? Run method. And what is this T1? Which run method? We are having three run methods, correct? Three classes: generate class, square class, cube class we are having. But which run method it will start? It will check the object given for the start method belongs to which class? Belongs to which class? It belongs to the generate class. So the start method will start which run method? It will go to the generate class, then it will start that respective run method. It will check. What will check? Compiler will check in the generate class any run method is there. Yes, it is there. So immediately you start. After starting, the first thread is taking place its process. It is generating the random number and it is checking it is a even number or a odd number. Okay, so if it is a even number, it is starting which one? It's starting which one? It is starting the square of num. Okay, so it will be coming down and calculating the square, yes, square of the value. Okay, otherwise it will be going to which one? Here. Okay, cube of num it is starting. Okay, fine. Yes. Okay, so now we will execute the output and check the output. Yes, look at this output. So randomly generated number is 36. 36 modulus 2 is equal to 0. Yes, so it is calculating the square of the number. And next one is 6. So 6 is also even number. So 6 6 are 36. So it will be checking all the value, even 0 also, because when we are giving this next int of 100, so inclusive of 0 it will be taken. So 0 also it will takes place. So the square of the number will be given here as the output. Then actually it is a randomly generated number, but here we are getting square values. Okay, so here square values only we are getting. cube value also we'll get, because it will be keep on going, because the thread is processing. We have not given any condition in our program. If you are giving the condition, then based on the condition the execution will get stopped. Okay, but all the threads we have started, but we didn't stop anywhere, so that it's keep on going. And then every 1 second it will be generating the new number, and it will be checked. If it is a odd, then square. If it is a if it is a even, it will square the number. If it is odd, it will cube the number. Okay, so I hope guys we have done the program by satisfying all the conditions given in your program. Okay, that is multi-threaded. 3 threads have to be created, and one is generating the random number in every 1 second. Then second thread is creating calculating the square of the number if the generated number is a even number, and if it is an odd number, generated random number is an odd number, then it is printing the cube of the number. Okay, yes, thank you.